So we want something kind of hearty today. So we're gonna do a black pepper chicken over white rice. Pretty easy meal to make, and I'll show you how I do it. So first things first, we're gonna place our cleaned chicken into a cold frying pan. We don't wanna heat up the frying pan just yet. You wanna get all the chicken in there and let it sit in there while the pan is cool. No heat just yet. Now that we have all of our chicken in the frying pan, we're gonna go ahead and turn our heat up on very, very low heat. Not no heat, but very, very low heat, like so. And we're just gonna let this cook for about 10 minutes on each side. And once again, this is a cold pan with no oil, no butter, nothing, just the chicken. We're gonna cook it on low heat because that's gonna help the fat to render out slowly without burning the outside of the chicken. Now we're cooking this chicken just to sear it on each side. We're not trying to actually cook the chicken on the inside, but from searing the chicken in the pan, it's gonna give us a nice little after flavor that we're gonna use to make our gravy. So now that the chicken has been cooking a little bit, we're gonna go ahead and flip it over. And if it's still kind of sticking to the pan, then in my opinion, it's not ready to be flipped over yet. So you're gonna wanna let it sit for a little bit longer. Especially looking at this, we would want that to be a little bit more brown. So we're gonna let these sit for a little bit longer and just get nice and brown. And once that fat releases a little bit more from the chicken, it won't be so stuck. So the fact that the chicken is stuck to the pan like that lets me know I'm not ready to flip it. To help the fat come out a little bit more, I'm just gonna poke some holes in the chicken just so that the air can get in and start to push some of that fat out. So we can get a nice brown crust. So the chicken is a little bit brown, not cooked, but a little bit brown. So we're gonna go ahead and pull it out of the pan now. So after we pull the chicken out of the pan, we will have some meat, flavor, fat stuck to the pan. This is exactly what we want to see. This is going to help us create our gravy that we're going to slow and simmer and cook the chicken in. So we're going to continue to just scrape all of that up. Normally this is something that you would just throw away, but this is actually the fat and all of the chicken flavor. So we don't want to waste this. Once we pull some of them up, we're going to add our flour to that mix. And along with our chicken flavor and flour, we want to add some salt, some black pepper, plenty of onion powder, and we want to add some garlic. We're going to turn our heat up to medium heat. And we're just going to slowly stir everything, the flour, the chicken, the garlic. You're just going to keep mixing this until the flour starts to turn like a light brown color. So you're just going to keep swirling this around on medium to low heat. This part is definitely the most tedious part, is the flour, waiting for it to brown, but it's very important because this is what's going to give the entire meal the flavor. So just want to take your time and let the flour brown. So the flour is like a tan kind of off-white color. I want to get it a little bit darker, but before it gets darker, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more seasoning. We're going to go ahead and add a little more, some garlic and herb in here. And this is where you can decide where you want to go with this. So I'm making like a black pepper chicken. if you just want to do like a chicken smothered with gravy, I would hold off on the spicy seasonings. So this is a Jamaican all-purpose seasoning. It's not like a jerk seasoning, but it is a little bit spicy. So I am going to add this to my mix to give it that kick that I want. And from there, we're just going to keep on stirring our flour and our seasoning mix until this gets a medium brown, dark tan color. Now that our flour has browned a little bit, we're going to slowly pour in some chicken broth and we're going to stir this up really good. After adding in the chicken broth, you can see the mixture is still very thick, but it's packed with flavor, so we don't want to add more chicken broth to it at this time. We're just going to add water so that we can thin this out to the consistency that we want it to be at. So just pouring in some more water here, and we're just going to keep stirring and stirring and stirring. We're ready to go. Now we're just going to add our chicken. Now we're just placing the chicken into the gravy. And you want to make enough gravy to where your chicken is pretty much submerged in the sauce, because the sauce is going to cook the chicken, but the sauce is also going to get lower. So you want a good amount of sauce and gravy. So now we have our chicken. It's back in the sauce and it's submerged. So it's good to go. And now we're just going to cut up some peppers and add it on top. So I have a bunch of different bell peppers, sweet peppers. I'm going to slice all of these up and I'm going to put this on top of our chicken and our sauce and let that cook down. I'm gonna get all of our peppers and put them on our chicken. So with my sweet peppers, I kept some of the seeds on there. I didn't take all of the seeds off because, like I said, I'm doing like a black pepper chicken, so I wanted to have a little bit of a kick, but not too much. All right, and now I'm just gonna let this slow cook for about 45 minutes, maybe an hour. We'll check on the chicken, but we're just gonna put a top on this and let this cook nice and slow on low heat.
It's weird. How do they have the ability to go to war with us? How's that possible? Oh, they're not over here. Oh, my bad.
And as you can see, the chicken is falling off the bone.
Stop it! We need someone who can code in COBOL! What COBOL?
This is an account for sponsored jobs. Indeed can help you get it right the first time. Sponsor your job on Indeed and get matched with quality.
Breathing problems. Tell your doctor if you...
Behind the scenes, everybody know how I go through.
That's really confusing. Experience it for yourself and you can finish this.